Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean here, and welcome to the Indianapolis Colts rebuild, where looking at this team, I can tell you probably 90% of it will be gone. T.Y. Hilton is our only really good receiver. We do have Andrew Luck, of course, but he is taking up a ton of cap space, and I may be looking to move him. Dante Moncrief is probably going to be gone as well, but he may be gone after the first year. Dwayne Allen will most likely be gone. Joe Wrights is going to be gone. Anthony Costanzo is probably going to get traded. Jack Mehort, we are keeping for sure. As for the defense, pretty much everybody is going to be traded. Actually, there's no exceptions to this. Everybody except for TJ Green, because he actually did really well. This is the second time that I'm doing this, because the first time it actually did not record my voice audio, which really pissed me off because I actually won the Super Bowl in the third year. So we're going to try to do that again, replicate that success a little bit here this time. Vontae Davis is definitely going to be gone. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next, but he will be off the roster very shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and get into some trades here, guys, so I'll come back with you when I got some stuff in the making. With our first trade, we're going to be sending left outside linebacker Eric Walden, along with a second-round pick this year and a third-round pick next year, to the San Diego Chargers for Joey Bosa. He's going to be the anchor of our defensive line for the foreseeable future if he pans out well, which when I did this the first time, he didn't really pan out all that well, which was actually quite disappointing, but I'm going to look to do some more trades here. With this trade, we're going to be sending Clayton Gaithers, Trent Cole, and Patrick Robinson to the Cleveland Browns for the first-round pick this year and next year. With this trade, we're sending Darius Butler, Daryl Morris, and Robert Mathis to the Atlanta Falcons for their rookie middle linebacker Deion Jones. With our next trade, we are going to be acquiring another rookie linebacker in Darren Lee from the New York Jets. We're going to be sending them Akeem Ayers, Trevor Bates, and Joe Wrights. With this trade, we're going to be acquiring some more first-round draft picks, one this year and one next year, from the Denver Broncos in exchange for Arthur Jones, Hugh Thornton, and a third-round pick this year. For this trade, we're sending Frank Gore, Dave Perry, and a fourth-round pick this year to the Bears for their third-round pick this year. This third-round pick is actually going to be flipped here very shortly. So like I said, I'm flipping that third-round pick from the Bears along with Jonathan Harrison and Scott Tolzien to the Rams for Todd Gurley. He's going to be our new starting running back for this entire duration of the rebuild. With our next trade, we're going to be sending starting tight end Dwayne Allen along with backup right guard, I think his name is Vunovich. That's at least how I'm going to say it. We're going to send them to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for one of, if not the best right guard in the league, Marshall Yanda. With this trade, we're sending our second-round pick next year, as well as Mike Adams, to the Cleveland Browns for Trent Cole. Yes, we're getting him back on the team, but he is going to be trade bait, as we're going to use him in an epic trade, if I do say so myself, and I just hope that this works, because their number one need is right outside linebacker. So if they are not interested in Trent Cole, then I'm pretty much out of second-round pick, and he's not here yet. Well, fuck me, right? They don't like Trent Cole. Fuck! So with this trade, I'm sending Trent Cole, Zach Kerr, and a fifth-round pick this year back to the Browns for their third-round pick this year. So we're finally going to be able to get Sammy Watkins. We're sending that third-round pick that we just got from the Browns along with Dante Moncrief, and I think his name is Henry Anderson. He's a left end. We're finally getting a really good second receiver on the team. Going to give Andrew Luck some more targets. It's going to be quite nice for him. Holy fuck, is it hard to trade for Jalen Ramsey. Honestly, it's harder to trade for Ramsey than Joey Bosa. But anyway, we're trading Terrence Knighton, Eugene Monroe, and a first-round pick this year for him. I hope it's worth it. Honestly, it was ridiculous trying to trade for this guy. It took me at least like 15 minutes just to get this trade to go through. With this trade, we're sending DeQuell Jackson, Nate Irving, and Will Hill to the 49ers for the first-round pick this year and next year. Oh man, this was another one that took forever to get done, but we're trading Vontae Davis, Greg Hardy, and a first-round pick this year for Desmond Trufant from the Atlanta Falcons. Our secondary is going to be quite nice, at least our corners so far. With this next trade, we're sending Jonathan Newsom, Josh Bynes, and Quentin Coples to the Browns for their second-round pick this year and sixth-round next year. With this trade, we're sending Louis Delmas, Kendall Langford, and the second-round pick that we just got from the Browns to the Redskins for Jordan Reed. With this trade, we're sending Silver Saliga, I'm sure I'm just butchering that guy's name, and a 6th round pick this year to the Redskins for Kendall Fuller. He's probably going to be playing free safety for us, so hopefully he'll do well there, but that's actually going to be it for the trades. So I will now just go ahead and sim to the midseason. So here at the midseason now, we're sitting at 5-3. We have 2 players ready to negotiate their contracts, and they are Robert Turbin and Jack Doyle. Not really interested in bringing back either of those guys. So at 5-3, we're about to go up against the 7-0 Green Bay Packers. I actually wonder if we'll beat them. Let's take a look real quick. I'm not really expecting a whole lot out of this season, but actually, did we win? No, we lost. Okay, 28-23, we lost to the undefeated Packers. So I'm going to scout some players, but then I'm going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs, so I'll see you guys there. So here at the playoffs, I see that we do not have a game. I don't know what our record is, so unless we lost, or I mean won the division, which we did not, we end up going 9-7, coming in 3rd place in the division, with the Texans winning it at a 10-6 record. So let's check out some stats. Andrew Luck with 4,500 yards, only 26 touchdowns though, with 10 picks. And a 66% completion percentage, not too bad out of him. Would like to see more touchdowns though. As for Todd Gurley, almost 1,200 yards on the ground with 7 touchdowns, and Robert Turbin in the backup spot had 412 touchdowns. As for receiving, T.Y. Hilton led the team in grabs as well as receiving yards and touchdowns. He had over 100 receptions as well as 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, second in receptions with 83. About 850 yards and 2 touchdowns. Philip Dorsett, 77 receptions, almost 1,000 yards actually, and 6 touchdowns though. And Jordan Reed had a pretty decent year at the tight end position as well. As for blocking, oh geez, that's ugly. Garrett Reynolds, who was actually a left guard, moved to right tackle. He gave up 14 sacks. Anthony Costanzo, we're paying him so much money too, and he gave up 13. But the rest of the line was actually quite solid, so that's it's good to see. As for defense, rookie Deion Jones leads the team in tackles with 127. As for tackles for loss, Sammy Hill led the team with 7, and sacks, Joey Bosa and Bjorn Werner both had 10. It's hard for me to believe that Bjorn Werner actually got 10 sacks in a season. That dude is absolute trash. Darren Lee got 1. As for interceptions, somebody had 7. Desmond Trufant with 7 picks. Fantastic. Bakari Rambo had 5. Antonio Cromartie had 3. Darren Lee had 2. Jalen Ramsey had 2. Deion Jones even had 1. As for forced fumbles, Daniel Lozano led the team with 4. Joey Bosa had 3, and then 3 guys had 2. Fumble recoveries was led by Jalen Ramsey with 2. And Jalen Ramsey also had a defensive touchdown, which is the only one on the team. Now to go to the awards. Tony Romo wins MVP of the 10-6 Cowboys. Like that is ever going to happen. Coach of the Year goes to Mike McCarthy. Oh yes, should have kept Bruce Arians, comes in 9th. Actually, is anybody on the MVP list? No. Andy Dalton wins Offensive Player of the Year. Any Colts on here? Andrew Luck comes in 8th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Geno Atkins of the Bengals. Any Colts? No. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Paxton Lynch. I don't think we actually started any rookies besides Ryan Kelly, our center. And our Defensive Rookie of the Year, goes to Deion Jones, as it usually does. In my experience, the first year Defensive Rookie of the Year award usually goes to Deion Jones. 2nd place was Joey Bosa. 3rd place was Darren Lee. 6th place was Jalen Ramsey. And 9th was actually Kendall Fuller. And the rest of the awards don't really matter that much. So let's take a look at some of the XP that we have real quick. Not a whole lot, it seems, on offense. Let's check out defense, though. Deion Jones has almost 40,000 XP. Kendall Fuller with 5,000. Joey Bosa with almost 12,000. So I'm going to upgrade, I'll upgrade these guys and then I'll sim it to the offseason. So here in the offseason, after upgrading some players, Ryan Kelly goes up to an 80, Jack Mewhort goes up to an 88, Gurley's up to an 86, Dorsett's up to a 75. I think that's it for the offense. On defense, Kendall Fuller, he was a 75. I don't know why he's a 73 now. TJ Green was a 76. Now he's a 75 for whatever reason. Darren Lee's up to a 79. Deion Jones is up to an 81. Ramsey's up to an 85. And Bosa is up to an 83. Now, we have 23 players ready to negotiate, and I don't actually think I want to bring many of them back, if any. Probably maybe the only one I will bring back for the time being is Bakari Rambo, because he did so well last year. He may be able to be used for trade bait, and he will accept a contract, so he's coming back. The rest of these guys, honestly, they're just not really worth it. We can get better, younger talent through trades and the draft. And these guys are all really backups anyway, so I'm just going to let them all go. And there's actually going to be a lot of holes on this team now, but we're going to have to do some work in filling those holes. So here in free agency, this appears to be a big free agency class. Dontari Poe, Dante Hightower, and Darian Stewart are all here. Dante Hightower is actually a lot cheaper than I thought he would be. I'm definitely going to look to sign him. Even going to overpay him a bit because he's quite good. Oh yeah. Oh, we're definitely going to try to sign this guy. I'm sure he's being overpaid by somebody, but we're going to pay him more than that. And we're actually his third highest offer. Okay. We got to increase this. I really would like to get Dante Hightower on the team. 87. Alright, so we're currently in first on him. Dontari Poe wants a pretty big deal. I feel like we can get a better defensive tackle for a lot cheaper. So I'm not going to try to sign him. So here in the next week, we do get Dante Hightower. I also decided to sign Robert Blanton just for some more trade bait. We also get Micah Hyde and Barry Church. So I'm going to scout players, maybe look into some trades involving those three safeties that we just got, and be back with you at the draft. With this trade, we're sending Anthony Costanzo, Garrett Reynolds, and Micah Hyde to the Panthers for Luke Kuechly. I think this is like the second or third rebuild in a row that I've gotten Luke Kuechly. At least I think, but he's definitely worth it. I mean, he's the best middle linebacker in the league by far. And now I have a bit of a logjam at linebacker. So I'm going to move probably Darren Lee. I'll have Kuechly at middle, probably Hightower at left, I think. Let me take a look real quick, actually. I think I want to have him at left outside linebacker and then put Deion Jones at right and see how that works out. Yeah, that should definitely work out. So we'll move Darren Lee for something, don't know what yet, and I mean, there's still a lot of holes in this lineup, but I mean, Barry Church is our current starting strong safety, which we still have Robert Blanton and Bakari Rambo, I think. So we have some pieces to work with. We need a right end for sure, and a D tackle. I think there's a end in the draft that I wanted to get. I don't exactly remember now though, but our tackle spots are they're both gone, so we need new left and right tackles. Got to work on that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and scout more and then go to the draft. So here in the draft, we have the first overall pick, which I'm actually going to trade to the Jaguars for the 2nd and 7th picks. We also have the 3rd pick, and I think there's 3 players that I want to draft. So I don't know who the Jags are going to take. They take a left tackle. Okay. I got to think about the 3 players I wanted. Actually, let me think about trading this away. This actually seems definitely worth it. We're going to get a future 6th or future 1st round projected 6th pick from the Bears, and they also have the 6th pick this year. So I will go ahead and take that, and I wonder who they're going to take actually. Ah, damn it, I wanted that guy. Okay, so there's 2 more players that I really want to get. And it's not this guy, although I would take him. It's actually this receiver and this quarterback. And I know we already have Andrew Luck, but quarterbacks really have a ton of trade value. And actually, hold up. This guy looks pretty good. We do need we need a right end. But either way, we need a defensive end. We're going to take this guy. And he's the 4th ranked player in the draft, 79 overall normal development. Pretty solid attributes, I think. Yeah, pretty solid. Low awareness and play rec, so he'll be easy to get up. Who are they going to take? Oh shit, they took the receiver. That was the receiver, right? Damn it. Okay, that sucks. I'm not sure who else to get, so I'm going to take the quarterback with this pick just to be sure. And he has quick development, 15th in the entire draft, 78 overall. Pretty decent stats. He's most likely going to be traded though. Actually, he's definitely going to be traded. And this pick will probably also be traded. And okay. That's 2018 actually. 2018. Are we getting any good offers? It doesn't really seem like it. But I'm going to take the Bengals pick actually. And then actually no. You know what? I'll take the Saints. With this trade, we're going to be sending a 4th round pick this year to the Chiefs for Phillip Gaines. He's going to be our nickel corner after Desmond Trufant and Jalen Ramsey. With this trade, we're sending Darren Lee and a 1st round pick this year to the Cowboys for Zach Martin and Travis Frederick. They're actually going to get moved from their current positions, and they're going to play the tackle spots for us. I'm going to put Travis Frederick at right tackle and Zach Martin at left. So we'll see how that goes. They should actually be pretty good at those positions based on their stats. I think I kind of compared them to Tyron Smith, and they actually held up pretty well. He's actually a 97 at left tackle. He's even better. It's just perfect. With this trade, we'll be sending a 5th and 6th round pick this year to the Falcons for Tevin Coleman. This is kind of just a luxury pickup as we already have Todd Gurley. He's going to be our backup running back, but he is quite good. I like him a lot, so hopefully he'll do well there. With this trade, we're sending a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round picks this year to the Jets for Leonard Williams. He's going to be our new starting defensive tackle. With this trade, we're sending Barry Church, the right end that we drafted and the quarterback that we drafted this year, to the Bears for Pernell McPhee. He'll be playing right end for us. Holy shit, I was not expecting this to be accepted. But we're trading Robert Blanton and Bakari Rambo to the Browns for Joe Thomas. So we're actually going to be able to trade Ryan Kelly now because Travis Frederick can slide back to center. So there are some holes still. Travis Frederick playing, what, right tackle, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll put probably Zach Martin at right tackle. Actually, I can't view the player card. That's what I was trying to do, but yeah, so Pernell McPhee's going to play right end. Linebacking core is set. Corners are pretty good. The only area of need on this whole team now, in my opinion, is safety. And there's going to be something that we can do about that. All these teams that have good safeties, well, the Cardinals and the Cowboys are the 2 teams I'm looking at that have really good free safeties. Are both interested in Ryan Kelly. I would like to get Byron Jones. I don't know how easy it'll be though. Alright, so with this trade, we're sending a 5th round pick this year in exchange for Luke Bowanko from the Jaguars. And I'm hoping that the Cowboys will like Bowanko just a little bit more than they like my current right guard. I was trying to trade him. But I tried to get Tyrann Mathieu. Cardinals were not having it. I was going to have to just completely overpay for him. So I decided to move on to Byron Jones. So we're going to give them 1st round pick this year along with Ryan Kelly and Luke Bowanko, and they're not interested in him. Oh, but it was accepted. All right, let's go. That that works. So we have a free safety. We just don't have a strong safety now. So that is the only problem. And I moved Frederick and Martin like I said I would. We could also do with a third receiver that's a little bit better than Philip Dorsett. But as for the defense, apparently Williams is playing right end. Oh, yeah, okay. I need to move McPhee to right end, and then Williams will play D-tackle. So we just need a strong safety, and this defense is going to be looking really good. So I'm going to try to get a strong safety. I don't know how successful I'll be, but if I end up making a move, you will see here just very shortly. So with this trade, we're sending Kendall Fuller, a 4th round pick this year and a 3rd round pick next year, to the Giants for Landon Collins, who's now an 85 overall. I've actually never seen him this good, although I've never really looked for him. So we have our strong safety. This team is just looking fantastic. A second D-tackle would be nice, but that's kind of the least. I mean, that's actually the biggest concern I have at this point. And that's a second D-tackle is your biggest concern. I feel like is a fantastic place to be. Actually, we don't have a kicker. That's a need. So we're going to be getting Roberto Aguayo for a 4th round pick next year and some receiver named Braverman. I know he's had his struggles in real life so far, but his stats are actually pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that trade. Pretty much all we have to do now, unless I decide I want to get a second D-tackle, is just fill up some holes with some free agents, just some backup positions. Actually, a 3rd receiver sounds really nice. I'm gonna look for a trade. I'll see if I can find something. If I do, of course you'll find out. If not, we'll be at the midseason. Alright, so with this trade, we're trading a 1st round pick this year, Antonio Morrison, and a 1st round next year for Sheldon Rankins, who's up to an 87 overall. And he has superstar development, which I don't think he had as a rookie last year. So our defense is just absolutely stacked. Bosa could get better, and it would be even nicer. Deion Jones could get better too. So could our safeties, and Jalen Ramsey, of course, is going to get better. Now, literally, the slot receiver is the biggest worry I have in the world for this team. So I'm going to go ahead and just sign some backups, and then send it to the midseason and see where we're at. So here at the midseason mark, we are sitting at 7-1. I wonder what our loss was, actually. I want to see. I have no idea what the schedule was. It was an opening game loss to the Bengals, 45-29. But after that, we've been blowing out every team pretty much. This game was actually our closest win, and it was by a touchdown against the Titans. So we've been just really good this year. By far we're the best team in the division. 6 players to negotiate contracts with. They're going to be some big ones. Zach Martin, Desmond Trufant, Sammy Watkins, Jack Mewhort, and Philip Gaines all want contracts. So I'm going to try to sign these guys and let you know when I do. Zach Martin will be returning on a 7-year contract. Desmond Trufant will also be coming back on a massive 7-year contract, almost $91 million. Pretty insane. Sammy Watkins is also coming back. And Jack Mewhort will be back as well. Philip Gaines will also be coming back as our nickel corner. He may not stay that way, or stay as the nickel corner, or even on the team next season, but we'll see how he does and how the defense does as a whole. So far, though, I'm assuming we're doing really well. Jalen Ramsey has 10,000 XP, which is nice. Joey Bosa doesn't have a lot, which kind of sucks, but I'm going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs now and see how we do. I am 100% sure we will make it. Hopefully we'll get the first round bye, though, but we'll see. So here at the playoffs, I see that should have kept Bruce Arians wins Coach of the Year. We go 14-2, which is a damn good record. So let's check some stats. Andrew Luck, almost 4,300 passing yards, 39 touchdowns and 8 picks, 69% completion percentage. Very nice year out of him. Rushing, Todd Gurley, almost 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. Tevin Coleman, 600 yards and 8 touchdowns as his backup. Receiving, Sammy Watkins led the team in catches. Almost 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns from him. T.Y. Hilton, over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. Jordan Reed, almost 900 yards and 12 touchdowns. Philip Dorsett, 800 yards and 5. Fantastic year out of our receivers. Blocking, not too bad actually. We gave up 11 sacks on the season, most coming from Joe Thomas. As for the defense, Luke Kuechly leads the team in tackles with 121. As for tackles for loss, Leonard Williams leads the team with 8. And sacks, Pernell McPhee leads the team with 13, followed by Joey Bosa at 10, and Deion Jones at 8.5. Interceptions, Desmond Trufant leads the team with 5, followed by Jalen Ramsey with 3, and Luke Kuechly with 2. And forced fumbles were led by Pernell McPhee and Landon Collins, both with 2. Fumble recoveries, Landon Collins had 2, led the team. Any defensive touchdowns? No. As for awards, let's check them out. Who won MVP? Aaron Rodgers of the 12-4 Packers. Andrew Luck comes in 5th. No other for whatever reason I say Bengals when I'm talking about the Colts. I really don't understand why. No other Colts on the list. Coach of the Year. What? Okay, Madden. Cheated me out of winning Coach of the Year. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Le'Veon Bell wins Offensive Player of the Year. Andrew Luck comes in 3rd. No other Colts on here. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack of the 9-7 Raiders. Luke Kuechly comes in 2nd. And there are no other Colts on the list. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jets player Wyatt Lay. I don't even remember seeing him on the scouting list or whatever. No Colts anywhere to be found. Best QB does go to Andrew Luck, though. Our entire O-line, 1 through 5, that's pretty epic. That's when you know you have a really good O-line. We don't win any other awards, though. So, we did get the first round bye. Actually, I want to see real quick if we had the best record in the league. I would assume that we did, and we did. Packers came in 2nd with a 12-4 record. So, we did get the first round bye, obviously. And I'm curious to see who we're going to play next week. So here in the divisional round of the playoffs, we'll be taking on the 9-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know what their overall is. It is an 81, and we're a 91 though. I'm very confident about winning this game. We won 5 more games than they did in the regular season, so honestly, with this team, I see no reason why we won't blow them out. So here in the divisional round, we end up scoring first. It's now 7-0. Now to 10-0 in the, 10-7 now in the second quarter. 20-7 now. 27-7 at halftime. 34-7. And we are just blowing them out. 41-7 now. It's, like I said, I saw no reason why we wouldn't blow them out, and we did. So let's take a look at some stats. Andrew Luck, 3 touchdowns. Blake Bortles threw 3 picks. Todd Gurley always does just amazing in the playoffs for me. 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Receiving, nobody did all that great, but Philip Dorsett did have 2 touchdowns. And as for defense, they seem to have gotten to Andrew Luck quite a bit. But Deion Jones had 2 picks. Desmond Trufant had the other one. Very great performance out of the team today. We are now at a 99 offense, 91 defense, 91 overall. There are some players here that should actually get upgraded, but I'm going to do that real quick. So here in the AFC Conference Championship, we'll be taking on the 10-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. I still fully expect to win this game. Their overall is an 87, though. It's a lot closer than it was with the Jags. Only a 4-point difference, but we still have an incredible team. I don't think they're going to beat us. Here in the AFC Championship game, we get the ball first, but we end up punting, and they go kick a field goal. Then we go kick a field goal. Then they go kick another field goal and score a touchdown. So they're now up 16-3, now 16-10 at the end of the first half. 24-10 now at the end of the third quarter. We then kick a field goal, but it's now 31-13, and we end up getting blown out by the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. How did that even happen? Okay, Andrew Luck threw a pick. Todd Gurley fumbled. Le'Veon Bell had a fantastic game. Antonio Brown went off. Defense, we actually got after the quarterback pretty well. Bud Dupree picked us off. That's weird. Terrible game. Terrible game. So here in the offseason, after a very disappointing AFC Championship loss, the team is still looking just pretty damn great. The O-line is at, well, it's A's across the board. A- at tight end, A's at receiver besides Philip Dorsett. A's at halfback and running back. Defense, I mean, it's pretty stacked. I don't see how much better we can get, honestly. I don't think we can get any better on defense at all. Offense, I mean, the only hole we have on offense is a third receiver. So I guess I'll have to look into doing that, or trading for a third receiver. Or maybe even drafting one, I don't know. But how much cap room do we have? Shit, we have nothing. So I'm not gonna re-sign these guys because I actually just can't. So we're gonna go ahead and sim now to, well, let's go to next week and see who's in free agency. So not that I can actually afford to sign anybody, but CJ Mosley is here, Drew Brees, Jeremiah Tachu, Julian Edelman, Brendan Marshall, Gabe Jackson. I mean, it's not like I would really, or any of these guys bringing them in would be an upgrade whatsoever. Except, I mean, Edelman, he's getting old now. I don't even think, yeah, no, he has 82 fucking speed. Actually, what is Brandon Marshall's? 83. Wow, he's faster than Edelman at this point. That's actually really impressive. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to get a better slot receiver. Aside from that, I mean, there's really not much we can do. So I'm just gonna sim it to the draft. Actually. Oh shit! I don't want to do that. I want to scout. Fuck. So with this trade, we're trading both of our first-round picks this year and our backup free safety, TJ Green, for DeAndre Hopkins. He's not going to be our number one, and we're actually probably going to put T.Y. Hilton in the slot and keep Watkins on the outside. I think that would work better, at least for me playing the game. I don't know how it's going to sim, but we now have just about no cap room, so we'll have to see how this season ends up going. But I mean, we have all of the important players and positions locked down. There's nothing that we have to actually spend money on besides backups, and I think the computer might actually just do that for us. So not worried about it whatsoever. This team is just sick at this point. I mean, actually, can I see? I don't know how to see. Might be in this Team XP. I'm looking for the overall now. I can't see it. Okay. I'll have to see next time I can play a game, but I'm gonna sim. Not even to the draft because I'd have like no picks. Just gonna sim straight to next season. So here, after simming the first preseason game, we are up to a 93 overall with a 99 offense and 95 defense. Pretty damn solid team. Honestly, I don't know even how to make the defense better. It's so good. Maybe a higher overall safety or something. I mean, I honestly don't know what to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the midseason, see where we're at, and then go ahead and go to the playoffs, because there's not much to do at this point except just hope that we can win. So if we don't win a Super Bowl this season, it's going to be the most disappointing thing. But I don't even think we'll be able to go to a fourth season for the simple fact that we're probably not going to have any money to re-sign players with. But if just better pull it off this year. Here at the midseason, I don't know what the record is. We're in a bye week, and we are 5-3? What? There's no fucking way we are 5-3. Who did we lose to? The Steelers, the Titans, and the Titans again? What the fuck? Alright, we're gonna have to look at the Titans team. This is some bullshit, dude. There is no way. With this team, there is no way that we can lose 3 games like that. I honestly don't know how that happened. But let us look at the freaking Titans team, because they must be really good to beat this twice. Jarrell Casey, Dontari Poe, Marcus Mariota's up to an 85. They also have Alex Wall, who they took in the, well, I guess the first year draft. He's an 84. DeMarco Murray. The receivers suck. Delaney Walker's still here. Tully Lewan is their best offensive lineman by far. Their offensive line isn't really good. They only have 2 good players on the D-line. Their linebackers are solid. Their corners are trash. Ben Wickery's their best corner. Their safeties are decent. Like, how the fuck did we lose to that team twice? That is insane. Alright, whatever. I want to see how much actual cap room we have next. Oh shit, we have a lot. We could actually go to a 4th season if need be. So I'll try to re-sign these guys, and then after that I'll just go ahead and send to the playoffs. So here at the playoffs, we do not have a game. I just freaking hope that we won the division, and holy shit, we went 9-7. How does that even happen with this team, honestly? Like, Madden simulation is fucking broken. This is ridiculous. This team is so good. I'm at a loss for words. Andrew Luck, 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 13 picks. Todd Gurley, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Tevin Coleman, 450 and 8 touchdowns. Receiving, T.Y. Hilton had almost 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, almost 906 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins, 1,110 touchdowns. Jordan Reed had 7 touchdowns. Blocking, 16 sacks lit up by Joe Thomas. He's actually gone down a lot in his stats, so he's going to have to get traded. Defense, Luke Kuechly led the team in tackles with 118. Tackles for loss was led by Leonard Williams with 18. Sacks, Pernell McPhee led the team with 15.5, followed by Dante Hightower with 7.5, and Joey Bosa with also 7.5. As for picks, Desmond Trufant led the team with 5, followed by Luke Kuechly with 3, and Jalen Ramsey with 2. Forced fumbles was led by Desmond Trufant with 2, and a bunch of other guys had 1 each. Recoveries, we only recovered 3 of our fumbles. Phillip Gaines, Joey Bosa, and Desmond Trufant each recovered a fumble. And we had no defensive touchdowns. Did we even win any awards? Le'Veon Bell won MVP. Andrew Luck came in 7th. And the fucking Titans, dude, they're killing me. I can't believe it. Andrew Luck comes in 4th for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jarrell Casey. No Colts appear on that list. That is that's terrible. Okay, so we won no awards. We're going to a 4th season. I actually just can't believe that 1 year removed from going 14-2, we go 9-7. So I'm just trying to see who won the Super Bowl. The Seahawks beat the Bengals. Okay. So we do have some players to re-sign. I don't even know if we'll be able to afford them. But we have... Oh, they're all backups. Christian Ponder got some... What the shit? Okay. How much money do we have? That's a good enough amount. I'm not even going to worry about those guys. I'm just going to send to free agency and see who's there. So with this trade, we're sending Andrew Luck, a first-round pick next year and a second-round pick this year, to the Packers for Aaron Rodgers, who's currently the best quarterback in the league. So if we can't get it done with Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I don't know what else to do. I could try to get like Le'Veon Bell maybe, but aside from that, there's really not much I can do besides maybe like Rob Gronkowski, but I don't even think I have the assets to get him. But I mean, I do have a lot of XP on these players, so I'll have to spend that and see what their overalls are after that. But I'll actually look real quick, see if I can get Le'Veon Bell. I highly doubt it. We actually managed to do it. We're sending Jordan Reed, LaRaven Clark, and his 7th round pick next year to the Steelers for reigning MVP Le'Veon Bell. Now, we are actually going to trade Todd Gurley to the Patriots for Rob Gronkowski. And it's going to work. I don't know exactly how. We're going to have to throw in some picks. Oh, fuck! It's not going to work. Shit. Okay, maybe it's not actually going to work. I didn't think about his negative cap hit. That's not good. So since I just cannot afford Rob Gronkowski, I'm settling for Hunter Henry from the Chargers for sending Todd Gurley a second and third round pick next year for him. He's pretty decent now. He's like an 86 overall, which is what Jordan Reed was. So, yeah, I mean, he's not bad. This offense is just absolutely ridiculous now, though, with Le'Veon Bell. I do still have to upgrade all the players with their XP, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and then sim to next season because I don't think... actually, no. There's nothing else I can actually even do. So, yeah, I'll see you guys at the start of Season 4. So, here at the start of Season 2, this is going to be the final team. It's pretty much the same as you last saw it. Some of the overalls went up a little bit. Hunter Henry is up to an 88. I moved Joe Thomas to right tackle and Zach Martin to left tackle because Joe Thomas is just getting old and trashy now. Some of these guys' overalls went up. Williams did. Jones did. Both Joneses did. Hightowers went up 1, I think. Collins went up 1. Ramsey's an 89 now. There's just... I mean, I don't think that there's much that I can do for this team besides better backups, I guess. But I simply just can't afford it. And, I mean, the offense is such a juggernaut. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to sim to the midseason. So, I will see you guys there. Hopefully, we have a better record than we did last year. So, here at the midseason, we're sitting at 5-2, which I guess is slightly better than last year. I'm just curious to see how much cap room we have. Aaron Rodgers is up for a new contract, as well as just about everybody. So how much do we actually have? 13 million, well, plus this contract, but we're not doing a Season 5, that's for sure. But, like I said, we're at 5-2. We are currently leading the division. We actually beat the Titans this time, 37-16. So I'm going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs now, and I'm assuming we're going to make it. But we better win the Super Bowl this year, or this would just have been a huge disappointment. So here at the playoffs, I see Le'Veon Bell won Offensive Player of the Year. We do not have a game to play, but it doesn't say the practice squad players were signed, so I'm assuming we won the division, and we end up going 13-3. That is fantastic. Let's take a look at some stats. Aaron Rodgers with 4,200 yards, 44 touchdowns, 15 picks. Rushing, Le'Veon Bell, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns. Tevin Coleman, almost 700 yards and 9 touchdowns. As the backup, DeAndre Hopkins led the team in receptions, had 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, almost 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton, about 900 yards, 12 touchdowns. Hunter Henry, 700 yards and 10 touchdowns. Blocking, how did they do? Zach Martin gave up the most with 6. We only gave up 8 total, which is pretty damn good. Luke Kuechly led the team in tackles with 120. Tackles for loss was led by Leonard Williams with 18, followed by Dante Hightower with 14. As for sacks, Pernell McPhee led the team with 13. Joey Bosa came in second with 11. Dante Hightower had 6. Interceptions, Jalen Ramsey with 8. Luke Kuechly with 7. Desmond Trufant with 6. Landon Collins and Phillip Gaines with 3. We got so many picks this year, that's ridiculous. Forced fumbles, 3 from Pernell McPhee, 2 from Dante Hightower, and 1 from Bosa and Leonard Morrow, who I guess it's our backup strong safety. And Pernell McPhee also led the team with 2 fumble recoveries, and Dante Hightower had 1 as well. I see at least 2 defensive touchdowns, 1 from Luke Kuechly and 1 from Desmond Trufant. Let's check out some awards. I already know Le'Veon Bell won Offensive Player of the Year. Is there anything else that we won? Russell Wilson won MVP. Le'Veon Bell came in second. Aaron Rodgers came in third. No other Colts on here. Coach of the Year goes to Chuck Pagano of the fucking Seahawks. Like, Should have kept Bruce Arians comes in third. Le'Veon Bell wins Offensive Player of the Year. Rodgers in third. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack again. Kuechly in second. Any other Colts? Jalen Ramsey in eighth, and Pernell McPhee in 10th. Rookie of the Year, we didn't have any. Best QB, Aaron Rodgers. Le'Veon Bell wins Best RB. T.Y. Hilton comes in 6th for Best Receiver. So let's sim to next week. Actually, I'm going to upgrade the players first, but then I'll sim it to next week and see who we are taking on in the divisional round. So after fully upgrading everybody on the team, we now have A's at every position except fullback, which doesn't really matter. And if I had backup or a backup at right end, that would be an A. So the only 3 positions we don't have A's at is fullback, right outside linebacker, and left end. But right outside linebacker and left end are both high 80 overalls. Like, if this team doesn't win the Super Bowl, I don't get it. But anyway, in the divisional round, we're going up against the 8-8 New England Patriots. So they are a 84 overall compared to our 93. I don't see why we can't beat them by 21 plus. So here in the divisional round of the playoffs, the winner will be taking on the Bengals in the championship game. We're out to a quick 17-0 lead here in the second quarter. They score a touchdown though before the half, and still 17-7 in the third quarter. And we ended up scoring another touchdown to make it 24-7 in the fourth, and another 31-15 now. And 34-15 will be your final score. Not quite 21, but close enough. Take a look at some stats real quick. For whatever reason, in the playoff games, my quarterbacks never get a lot of passing yards, but neither quarterback did really well today. Le'Veon Bell had almost 200 fucking yards. A touchdown. Tevin Coleman had 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Sammy Watkins had a touchdown. Danny Amendola and O.C. Hitchens both had a touchdown for the Patriots. Defense, Joey Bosa had our only sack. Jalen Ramsey and Luke Kuechly got both of our picks. So, good game against the Patriots. We'll be taking on the Bengals next week. And then hopefully we'll be on to the Super Bowl. So here in the AFC Championship game, like I said, we're going up against the 10-6 Cincinnati Bengals. Their overall is an 83 compared to our 94, so I don't see why we won't win. I definitely think that we will by quite a bit. So here in the AFC Championship game, taking on the Bengals, we end up scoring first. It's now 7-0. We score again to make it 10-0, but then I guess we get a turnover. 17-7 now though, and they score again, but we score again. So 24-14 at the end of the first half. We now make it, well, now they make it 31-21, and it's now 38-21, 41-21, and that will be your final score actually. So 20-point win over the Bengals, moving on to the Super Bowl finally. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdowns on the day. Andy Dalton threw 2 picks. Le'Veon Bell again, almost 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is ridiculous. DeAndre Hopkins and Jeff, I don't remember how you say his last name, Heuerman or something. The Broncos drafted him, I think. Or he might have gone undrafted. But the Broncos had him at one point, and then he tore his ACL and missed his rookie year. But anyway, they both had the receiving touchdowns. As for the defense, Pernell McPhee had 1.5 sacks. Deion Jones had the other half. Luke Kuechly and Leonard Williams both had half a sack each. Landon Collins and Luke Kuechly both got the picks on the day. So moving on to the Super Bowl, I don't know who we're taking on yet, but I'm very confident that we'll actually win it. So our defense overall is now up to a 97, 99 on offense, still in a 94 overall, and holy shit, this guy's 31,000 XP. I'm going to go ahead and use all this real quick before the Super Bowl. So here in the Super Bowl, we're taking on the defending champs 14-2 Seattle Seahawks. I don't know what their overall is, but it turns out it's an 85. We have 9 overall points on them. Fully expecting a win. I think Chuck Pagano's still their head coach, so it'd be kind of funny if should have kept Bruce Arians beats Chuck Pagano in the Super Bowl. So here in the Super Bowl now, they drive down the field first and score a touchdown, but we tie it up. In the second quarter, they score another touchdown and so do we. So it's tie game at 14 at the end of the first half. We then kick a field goal to make it 17-14. We score a touchdown, 24-17 now. And they score a touchdown, tied at 24. But we score a touchdown, 30. Oh, it's tied. And it's an OT. And we win. Yes, we win a fucking Super Bowl. Let's go. Alright, we're now 2 for 4 in these rebuilds with winning Super Bowls. And that is Chuck Pagano, coaching the Seahawks. Should have kept Bruce Arians, wins it for the Colts. That is... that's just funny to me, but we'll see who's Super Bowl MVP here in just a sec. Turns out Le'Veon Bell is the Super Bowl MVP with 160 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Let's take a look at some more stats now. Aaron Rodgers had a hell of a game as well. 308 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Russell Wilson, 270, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Thomas Rawls had a really good game as well. 125 yards and a touchdown. Tevin Coleman with 2 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, good game. Tyrone Love, that guy had a good game. Jimmy Graham also had a touchdown. T.Y. Hilton had a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins had a touchdown. As for defense, Leonard Williams and Joey Bosa both had a sack and a half. And Jeremiah George, our backup middle linebacker, had a sack. This guy, I don't remember if the Jets actually picked him in the draft a few years ago or if he was undrafted. I think they actually picked him, but then they cut him like during training camp or something. Bobby Wagner and Deion Jones both had a pick each, and were there any fumbles? Dante Hightower forced and recovered a fumble. Anything else? Blocks, punts, defensive touchdowns? No? Okay. So that's going to be it for the Super Bowl. We end up winning 37-31. So this is the final Super Bowl winning team. It's exactly the same as the last time you saw it, I think. DeAndre Hopkins, T.Y. Hilton, and Sammy Watkins at receiver, with Aaron Rodgers at QB, Le'Veon Bell and Tevin Coleman at running back, Zach Martin, Jack Mewhort, Travis Frederick, Marshall Yanda, Joe Thomas on O-line, and Hunter Henry at tight end. As for the defense, Desmond Trufant, Jalen Ramsey, and Phillip Gaines were your corners. Byron Jones and Landon Collins were the safeties. Deion Jones, Luke Kuechly, and Dante Hightower were the linebackers, and Pernell McPhee, Leonard Williams, and Sheldon Rankins, as well as Joey Bosa, were the defensive line. Really, really good team overall. I can't believe we went 9-7 in Season 3. That was just mind-blowing, but we finally got the Super Bowl win. So thank you guys for watching this. If you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like. It would really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. And also, if you guys have any suggestions on who you guys would like to see me rebuild next, drop that down in a comment below. I hope you guys have enjoyed, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.